I got another show review for y'all. It's Anonymous Season 1, Episode 1. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, a couple disclaimers. I don't know these people personally. I only know them within the show. No one's feelings should be hurt. No one should be offended. No one should be heartbroken. Strictly for entertainment. Strictly for shits and giggles. Strictly for laughs. I'm just a nigga with an opinion. Everybody got an opinion. The only difference between mine and theirs is I post mine. Let's get into it. So, Xavier apparently was on Big Brother. I think we only watched about like a season or two of that shit. I can't remember. But, excuse me. He talking about, man, the more allies I got, the better. Wrong. Not everybody meant to be in an alliance. And sometimes that should backfire being cool with everybody. Because you got to think, everybody not cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time you might have an alliance with this person and your other alliance with the other person don't like that. You know what I'm saying? What you think, you being like, oh, I'm cool with both of them, so I'm out of it. When the whole time they going to turn and be like, well, he cool with the... Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, just shit can happen when you know what I'm saying, when you got too many allies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't make allies, because in games like this, game shows, reality game shows like this, you got to make allies. But coming in and not having no allies ain't the answer. And coming in and befriending everybody ain't the answer neither. Because they going to look at you and they going to say, hey, this is a really likable guy. And he and his charisma and his relationships, his conversation could take him to the end just because, you know, he knows how to talk to people and he knows how to get along with people and he's really cool. If they smart, you know what I'm saying? They can read through that bullshit at the beginning, but whatever. Tyrena's the older sister. We going for it. Let's go. We team Tyrena. And Nina too. Nina not an older sister, but she a sister from the looks of it. So yeah, Team Nina, Team Tyrena, will be Team Xavier, but this nigga just doing too fucking much. They got to do a memory game, and the right people, the right people, honestly, in this little memory game challenge was the people who went in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You want to go too early, because if you do, then they gonna think you a schemer, and you don't want to, you know, go too late because they gonna think you want to be exempt and you don't want to participate, you know what I'm saying, or have an excuse to not be a part of this shit. So if you go early, if you go too early, they're gonna be like, man, this nigga trying to do, you know, memorize one thing. But if you go too late, literally at the end or something, they're gonna be like, this nigga don't even want an opportunity to go up there. So Christopher talking about some, Sydney is gorgeous, and I knew when I seen her, I was in trouble. Stop. Don't do it. That's about the downfall of every man in these shows, really, in general, as the desire of these women. So then Christopher was like, what's your relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your relationship status? What's the relationship outlook? Sydney took forever and then was like, yeah, I'm single. That means no. The fuck? Not saying that because we seen her confessional afterwards. But why it take you that long to say you wasn't single if you really wasn't single? But of course she got in her confessional. And her nigga was like, hey, if you need to flirt it up for the 100K, then you do that. You know, flirt with them niggas and come back to me with the money type shit. So, yeah, that's why I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, at least your nigga gave you the permission. You know what I'm saying? Like, which, like, you're a grown woman, you don't really need permission, but you know what I'm saying? Like, at least your nigga said he was okay with it. So I really don't know why you took that long if your nigga said he was okay with it, because that shit just should have came like this if he already told you that. Ain't no need in feeling bad. You know this shit just a game. So they find out Andy been on TV before. Not sure what show. I mean, Dylan was saying it, but that nigga was speaking so fast and so loud I couldn't even understand. So then they all gathered together to be like, oh, Andy been on TV before. And somebody in the back was like, oh, he been on TV too? I said, I hope that's not who the fuck I think it is. Of course. It's Xavier's stupid ass admitting that he won Big Brother. Not even that he was on it. Saying he won. Like, nigga, that's the most conniving, lying-ass show you ever been, like, you ever fucking seen. And you saying you won, you really just trying to put a target on your back for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was not even necessary to tell niggas that you won Big Brother. You know what I'm saying? And then they questioning Andy when they get in the little chat or whatever, the anonymous chat, which we'll kind of get to that a little bit. We'll talk about that a little bit. But when they get to the anonymous chat, they saying, oh, Andy been on TV before. He don't need the money, which he don't. A lot of people who is on these shows where you win hella money or do shit where you get hella money, they don't really need the money. They already got money. But people with money are greedy, so they want more money. So, I mean, but that's not why I brought it up. I brought that up to say, like, nigga, if they already questioning that nigga don't need the money because he been on a game show before, Why the fuck is you finna sit up here and be like, oh yeah, I've been on a game show, but I not only was on the game show, I won the game show. That's why I said I want to root for this nigga, but it's like he trying to set himself up, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Nina's mother is apparently a Survivor legend. Now, we watched some Survivor. I watched some Survivor. I don't think I did a review. If I did, I probably did over one season, but I ain't watched no Survivor Australia. That's what she said. Survivor Australia. I only watch the American Survivor. I don't watch none of these Aussie shows like Love Island UK and all that. I be USA. I'm sorry. I'm not finna deal with these niggas' accents. Them talking about Banta and all that. I don't got time for that shit. So when they get out the anonymous chat, or when they get in the anonymous chat, my bad, Dylan was like, I'm just trying to be quiet like that one person in the house. And I forget who, but they asked directly like, oh, you talking about Lily? And everybody knew. Then they cut to Sydney and she was like, oh, I feel so bad for Lily. Like, girl, you literally said you couldn't connect to her. And you agree with everybody else that felt that she was awkward and the odd man out. Fuck out of here with the poodle ons. Like, fuck is we talking about? And these shows is like, oh, it's hilarious. Because you really don't know who to trust. Like, Andy was like, man, I'm a good judge of character and I trust Jack. He's the nicest person ever. Then they cut to Jack and he's like, I might vote Andy. Which I understand. Like, Jack is smart for that. It's not like he really backstabbing Andy. But the whole point is to stay anonymous. And if people see him and Andy clicking, and they got to think to themselves like, oh, this person would never vote for whichever icon Jack is would never vote for Andy because they see us clicking. So if Andy was smart, that nigga would have done the same thing. I'd have put Jack up, honestly and truly. And I ain't even just saying that just because it's just a smart thing to do to get motherfuckers off your trail. Like, whoever people see you clicking with the most, they gonna assume like there's no way this icon can't be them because they wouldn't just vote with this person. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. When they get the votes, at first it looked like Lily is going home. She finna get her boarding pass. But slowly it shifts to Sydney. And Nina voted and was like, I see her clicking with Christopher and I want to stop that. Your mama really was on Survivor. Because, boy, them Survivor couples, it take you all you got to get their ass out. They be acting all in love and voting for each other no matter what. Like, knowing full well when they go home, they finna never speak to each other again. And in Survivor, that's the motherfucking biggest mistake, is not taking them couples out early. By the time it get too late and they already the leaders of an alliance and got loyal followers and them motherfuckers is too good to backstab them and shit like that and blindside them, nigga, that's where motherfuckers fuck up. You gotta do that shit when they first start feeling each other, when they first start getting together. Yeah, break that shit up as soon as you see that shit. That's the mistake everybody make. We let these motherfuckers go on time and time. No, they should be the first ones out this bitch because they vote is really 2 votes. And I'm not even finna deal with that shit. Sydney going around here crying. And of course, Christopher is the one to comfort her. And my thing is like, it don't matter about them votes. I mean, I don't want to say it don't matter, but like, because if your name got mentioned, you got a chance that you're going to be up for elimination. But I'm saying it don't matter. Like, don't cry yet, because you could be the anonymous vote, which she ended up not being the anonymous vote. But I wrote this beforehand. You could be the anonymous vote, which means, you'll have the final say-so and the power at the end of the day to really send whoever home. Then she was like, I'm the type person that's like, if you don't like me, which, like, hey, I get where you're going with this. She's like, yeah, if you don't like me, let me know. Like I said, I understand. I'm the same way. I don't care how you feel about me. Just don't fake, don't flouge it. Just say what it is. But that's not, the game. You know what I'm saying? The game is to be sly. The game is to be fake. The game's to... You know what I'm saying? The game is just not to do that. You know what I'm saying? So nobody would outright just say that to you, because they'll ruin their game. And not only would they ruin their game, who's to say who you in an alliance with? I don't know the conversation you have behind closed doors. Yeah, we know these little mixers and shit, but I'm talking about like the little shit we don't see. I don't know who you could be conversating with backdoor. That could just expose my game, putting you to the forefront the whole time. Like, nigga. Whole time that really putting a target on my back on the lowest key. So nobody just finna go and outright say they don't like nobody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the episode ended with them seeing who was anonymous, and it was between Lily and Jack. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Lily, only because that would make for good TV, and her would just finna go home. So I don't know. That's my guess. It could be Jack. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be Lily. We're finna get into the second episode. Thank y'all for watching. I really like subscribe, shares, cash, friends. I'm gonna put them up.